The Nobel Peace Prize for 2025 goes to a brave and committed champion of peace.
It's meant to be the world's highest badge of virtue, the Nobel Peace Prize, the ultimate stamp of moral glory. But what happens when peace turns political, when halos slip, and when peacemakers turn out to be anything but? I mean, there was a time when even Hitler was nominated. That's right, Hitler. From Barack Obama's premature coronation to Muhammad Yunus's financial controversies, the Nobel's history reads like a tragicomedy of misplaced faith. Behind many, if not every, glittering medal lie stories of controversies, contradictions, and sometimes outright hypocrisy. Is the Nobel Peace Prize still a symbol of hope, or has it become a political souvenir for those who talk peace but don't live it? Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. Nobel Peace Prize was born of idealism. Alfred Nobel's wish that his fortune fund those who have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations. But over a century later, the legacy looks complicated. The awards meant to celebrate peace have repeatedly crowned warmakers, opportunists, and leaders whose peace unraveled faster than applause in Oslo. Some winners sparked outrage, others embarrassed the committee, and a few, like the infamous 1939 nomination of Adolf Hitler, yes, you heard me right, Hitler, turned the whole thing into dark satire. So what really went wrong with the world's most celebrated Peace Prize? When Alfred Nobel signed his will in 1895, he couldn't have imagined that one day the world would laugh or gasp at some of the recipients of this prize. He envisioned honor for those abolishing armies, fostering brotherhood, spreading peace congresses, a noble dream, until politics, ambition, and moral blind spots crept in. Unlike the science prizes chosen by scholars, the Peace Prize was handed to Norway's parliamentarians, politicians by trade. That alone made it vulnerable to trends, ideologies, and diplomacy disguised as morality. From its very first decade, the Nobel Peace Prize became less about results and more about gestures, hopes, and let's admit it, geopolitics in fancy wrapping paper. If there's ever been a moment when the Nobel Committee's credibility went up in flames, it was 1973. The Vietnam War raged on, villages burned, civilians died, and secret bombings flattened Cambodia. Then, in a move that stunned the world, the Nobel Peace Prize went to Henry Kissinger and Dictators for the ceasefire in Vietnam, a ceasefire that lasted barely days. Dictators refused the prize, saying bluntly, there is no peace yet. Kissinger, on the other hand, accepted it and skipped the ceremony. As the bombs kept falling, 2 committee members resigned in protest. The world was left wondering, had peace become just another political performance? Then came 1994, the Oslo Accords. Hailed as a new dawn for West Asia, or what is known as Middle East, brought Yasser Arafat, Yitzhak Rabin, and Shimon Peres together in a historic handshake. Oslo was supposed to end decades of bloodshed between Israelis and Palestinians. Instead, it became a mirage of peace that dissolved almost immediately.
Leadership of Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization will sign a declaration of principles on interim Palestinian self-government. It charts a course toward reconciliation between 2 peoples who have both known the bitterness of exile. Now both pledge to put old sorrows and antagonisms behind them and to work for a shared future shaped by the values of the Torah, the Quran, and the Bible. Let us salute also today the government of Norway for its remarkable role in nurturing this agreement. But above all, let us today pay tribute to the leaders who had the courage to lead their people toward peace away from the scars of battle, the wounds and the losses of the past, toward a brighter tomorrow. The world today thanks Prime Minister Rabin, Foreign Minister Perez, and Chairman Arafat.
Arafat's past as a PLO militant haunted him. Rabin's peace gamble divided Israel and cost him his life. Perez's influence waned as violence returned. The Second Intifada erupted. Israeli settlements expanded, and both sides accused each other of betrayal. Oslo's promise crumbled, yet the medals had already been handed out, the applause already spent. The Peace Prize, once again, had rewarded hope instead of history.